Okay, welcome back to season 2. This is day 2. I think at the moment I'm going to pick up my bedroll. I think I searched all this through last night, didn't I? Yeah. Check my status. Hungry, that's fine. Now I'm going to head up for this forest outpost. See if I can get myself my bearings. I have a feeling it is signposted, and I have a feeling... Oh, there we go, we can see it. That's fine, I'll just walk up this hill, loot that, maybe take some screenshots if the view's nice. Still our clear day. Well, we might be able to get that sunrise screenshot I was after last time. Let's do that, that seems like a noble goal. And then depending on what's in the shelter, we can figure out what we want to do from there. Come on. It's really steep. That looked like it was absolutely fine for me to climb up from that other side. Maybe this way. If not this way, we will have to walk around to a kind of a known route, but I think this should be fine.
I could eat anything.
Oh, stupid tree. Come on. Oh, that's annoying. Right, let's go further around to the right and we'll find a, if you like, the correct way up. I wonder whether it's around the other side of this entire hill. If it is, then that's probably going to be the late afternoon that I'll arrive. And that means that we'll probably finish up there. The weather's closing in a bit too. Be careful about this. Any tinder by the birch tree? Right. Yeah, not even that cold. Saw some bits on the ground there and I wasn't sure whether they were sticks or crow feathers. If they're crow feathers, obviously that means there is or was a corpse nearby. That'd be worth me checking out. Looking up, no crows, no sound of crows. Well, not close anyway. So it's sticks. I'll find plenty of sticks, don't need to worry about that. Especially as I know that I'm going into a building where I'm likely to be warm enough just in my clothes. So that takes all the pressure off of the fire lighting aspect of the game. I think. Have I got water? No? Okay, it doesn't take all the pressure off. Because I'm going to need water at some point. Might find a can or two of like soda or grape juice or whatever they call it. Okay, so we hit the railway. It means that the railway spans from one side to the other of Mystery Lake, and there's a couple of things on it and just off of it. Importantly, if you follow this all the way through, if they haven't changed the map since I last played it, this will actually take you into the adjacent regions. I think there's another way, possibly using a cave. I think I accidentally stumbled into a different region once when I wandered into a cave. Okay, so I've got 2 afflictions wrong with me now, so I'm going to try and possibly, hoping I could climb that. Right, let's at least get in from the wind. Oh, minus 17 without wind chill. Guess it is early in the morning. So let's see what food we've got. Loads. I just don't want to have like multiple things wrong with me. Basically, I haven't got a tool, so I would end up wasting some of these. liquids. The problem with eating the bars is that they actually take a reasonable amount of water to digest. Oh. It's going to be in a few days. Take the book. Books are really good for fire lighting. You know, I really should have paid attention to which way I came. Right. So I must have come that way down. Yes. And that means that I think over that way is some of the lake areas. Might be wrong about that, but I think if we follow that, these roads off to the left we head up to the lake, and the roads off to the right head up to kind of the more mountainous area. I do remember being attacked by a wolf here a year ago when I last played this game, so we'll be keeping a special eye out for our furry friends. Yeah, that's definitely where I want to be. That's some kind of unusual bird then.
I'm gonna need to eat soon.
There's plenty of dead deer around this area. I will pick up some of these sticks. Likely to find at least one like cedar wood or fir log or fire log or something like that up in there. I'm pretty sure I picked a couple up in that broken house yesterday, so I should be fine for fire lighting supplies. I got plenty of food, I just need a tool. Is it a good sign? Everything's died here. You got stags, people.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Oh, energy bar. Yes! Hunting knife. Right. First of my tools is sorted. Okay, can't get in that one. Carrying a bit much. Let's have a look.
I think I can use this.
Nice, charcoal. Right, so what I'm going to do with the... First of all, let's just smash that grape soda straight away. Right, I am in an area which is at least warm-ish, so... survey the local area. Now, that's one use apparently. Just enough charcoal to draw a little tiny bit of the stuff that you know. Right, this is about to get bad. So I want to very quickly re-identify that the right hand side is definitely the place with the outpost. And I want to get up there. Yeah, good. Really pleased to have not hit any wolves. I'm already overburdened with weight. Let's not dick around in this cold, fanning around getting more fuel. I think we got plenty. Let's just go straight for that outpost and shelter. Get somewhere where we can wait out this weather. Okay, that's worth noting. Rabbits to hunt down here. Got some bearded lichen. Doesn't look like I can use that route to get up. And there's a wolf. Let's not stray too far that way. Let's also not run out our stamina.
Man, all I can think about is food.
Try to get you a nice warmed pot of sausage and beans, pork and beans in a minute. Don't you worry about it, love. Starting to not recognise this bit. Let's grab a couple of mushrooms. I wonder how burnt out. Ah, there's some kind of hunting cabin all the way down there. That'd be worth checking out as well. So first of all, let's focus on not dying in this blizzard, which looks like it might be closing in. What? I guess that's running while being encumbered, right? Ah. Painkillers. Painkillers. Still very cold. Well, that turn-in looks premature, doesn't it? Let's keep going around the outside. Temptation to keep running is really high. I've got 10 bashes of painkillers. So, you know. Sure my ankles will cope with this strain. You can see though, this fog's closing in, and this is why I'm really glad that I know exactly where I am. Exactly where I want to be. We just hug this right hand side. It's basically impossible for me not to eventually hit way up to this outpost. Or is it? Because that's the village I just came from. How are you supposed to get up here? Well, I'm a lot higher than I was, so I'm not going down. Hopefully I'll hit a path around this way.
God, I've never been so hungry in my life.
This is looking good. So I don't think this is necessarily the approved way up with the sign. I think we'll find that at some future date, but if I can get up this hill, I'll find a route where it's just not too steep. Why does it kind of zigzag? Okay, this is annoying. That means that that other side is the side we actually have to kind of get across. I don't normally like taking these risks, but this isn't as steep as it looks. This is just rocky. I'm unlikely to get myself into a position where I sort of climb into but can't climb back out of. Down this way. That's the big risk with doing this kind of thing, is you always want to be, yeah, great. You always want to be on that lookout for, it happens to people in real life as well, which gets them really, really stuck, is in an act of desperation. They try and climb their way out of something. You know, just climbing yourself into a position you can never get back out of. You do that while climbing up or climbing down. And you get some very harrowing survival stories out of that, out of the people who do survive. So yeah, watch a bit of Raymir's and ignore basically all the things that...
Ja!
Who's the other guy?
Slow things down.
The ex-ASAS guy who like toboggans down mountains and stuff as part of his, in quotes, survival show. Bear Grylls. Listen to what he says, but don't pay attention too much to what he does, because, you know, he's ex-ASAS and has a massive film crew there, and a lot of the things he's doing will get you somewhere quick, but not necessarily low risk or safe. And as you've been SAS trained, probably don't do it. Alright, this is already starting off better than my other one. I picked a thing to go and find. I found it. I got there. Because last time it would have been a long rope and there'd be like a dead body down there and that'd be me, and I'd be like, that was a good 4 days worth of work, well done.
Where can I find something to eat?
Okay, good. So the weather's not been our friend. But you can see, can't you? I mean, we're coming up here for a glorious view, but you can't even tell what direction I came from when you're up here now. That's the danger of fog. We scout around the outside in case someone's left something valuable. Great, let's get in the warm. Yeah, already warming up. Perfect. And this is the best thing. It's just always stuff.
This'll come in handy.
Five rounds for my rifle. This bit of charcoal. Can I take charcoal out of the wood stove? I can. Excellent.
Whew, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Right. That's a fair point. So let's sort through our crap and move as much as we can into this box. We'll stay here for a day or so, I think, to just sort our life out, basically. So that's heavy. Yeah, loads of fuel and fire making equipment and that kind of stuff. I'm probably going to use this reclaimed wood first because it feels quite heavy for the amount of stuff that we get out of it. Let's ditch a good antiseptic. Sounds counterintuitive, but I'm going to want to use this stuff up first anyway. I really don't want to carry more than I have to carry. Let's move those there and those there. It can be worth having like an emergency place. I think this is reasonably central in the map, which is obviously why you'd make a lookout here, right? The benefit of having that as your scenario. Plus, okay. Is that this will allow me to get here relatively easily from most other places, and so that makes it a great kind of bug out shelter as well. I need two. I need two of those. Alright. So let's start being productive. Take another recycled cannon pot, put them in here. Great. So what's my biggest needs? I'm going to need some water. I can probably wait this out. Yeah, 2 hours recovery time, that's fine. I will change this for the slightly better one, and I'll start repairing my clothes. That's absolutely ideal too. Okay. Oh yes. This place is just the best. Like a stick would do. Great. So what I want to do basically is use at my 100% chances as early as possible, because the more you do it, the more you get better at. How do I phrase this? The more you light fires, etc., the higher your skill goes up, and then that makes it easier to light fires in harder and harder situations. So I want to make sure that I'm using my matches as efficiently as possible, because that's one thing I have
By snow
not.
and nothing to drink.
You can go in there. Let's do the pinnacle peaches actually. No, let's do the porker beans. I said go with a can opener. Saves me wearing out my knife, etc. Which is that one?
Oh, lucky day.
85. So let's start doing useful things. That should be 17 minutes to sharpen, which means I should have great, that's good. Just whack 2 litres of water in there, that'll do. Okay, so I can easily afford another 17-minute sharpen. I can just immediately drink this. What can I use you for? If I'm not going to use you for any more cooking, I might as well use you for snow. Question is, yeah, let's sleep for a bit. Hopefully that won't have quite boiled dry. Take that.
Man, all I can think about is food.
Right, I'm going to take that because I have a bad habit of leaving behind containers, and that's a really, really terrible thing to do. So let's have a smash down energy bar. This is where it gets difficult because I kind of want to sleep. I also kind of want to do a lot more productive things around repairing my stuff. Right, let's start by repairing this. 30 minutes. Okay, great, so they're back up to 100% then new. Ah. I guess that's the problem of not seeing not paying attention to what I'm doing is going to waste me matches anyway, which is great. Right, now what we'll do all the time in the world in this kind of situation, so let's find the newsprint. Here you go. Make the tinder out of that. Good. I can repair some reishi mushrooms. Repair some rose hips. I might actually cook those up. I can always warm them again later, can't I? Yeah, good. Let's put that there. So I got my tinder plugs now. So I would have used that newsprint roll to light one fire, or have one go at lighting a fire, because your tinder, I think, gets expended if you fail. So I changed that from 1 into being 4 here. And starting fires with books is basically always really easy. So where it's not a skill book, or where it's a skill book that you've used it, it's well worth using them to really increase your chance of getting a fire. So like from 60% up to 80% is pretty huge. At this point as well, I might just sling all my reclaimed wood in here at this point. I don't have the ability to use it on anything else at the moment. Reclaimed wood's pretty abundant, especially in Mystery Lake. So I'm not worried particularly about keeping that for the long term. It's fairly renewable as a resource for me, or at least abundant. So let's just bung it all in. Right, great. That's 2 hours 40 minutes. That's going to happen. Yeah, let's cook you. 25 minutes till you're ready. Dog food. Oh, I will have to take that, but not eager about it. Right, what else can I do that's productive while I'm waiting for this? Let's repair more clothes. Decent. One. Decent. New. Decent. So I'm only going to bother repairing stuff which is 1, I think. That seems to be the place where it really starts to notice the most. So let's change some of our clothing that we've got and aren't wearing. 45 minutes for 1 cloth. Not great. 30 minutes for 1 cloth is better. That's more like it. T-shirt's nice and easy to tear up. Okay, that's worth knowing. Half an hour to boil off. So that's about 55 minutes that I can spend. Good. So I can, at this point, harvest this, and I should get it just before I boil off my reishi. Yeah, good. Can take that. Take that as well. Right, let's pick this stuff up. Yeah, why not? I'm gonna sort myself right out using this. So I'm going to be wandering out into the wilderness at some point later. And I mean, just trap myself in. Don't tend to do that too much in real life. Yeah, when the visibility's kind of, it's okay for now, but I mean this can close up fast in this kind of weather. This can be 10 paces ahead and you're screwed. So it's not. Play around with that today. Let's hope that tomorrow is just nice and clear and we'll go from there. Not going to need to worry about the warming bonus, so I'm going to eat this just before I go to bed as opposed to messing around with it. Anything more complicated than that. Should get that done before the pork and beans is burnt. Yeah, great. Let's take it. Let's pick that up. 2 litres of water's fine. Let's grab that. This way. demonstrate quickly. It's pretty good out here actually. Am I still getting some benefit from that heat, or is it just a remarkably warm day? It shouldn't be. Nah, that's more like it. So it's minus 16 with another minus 5 because of this kind of. You can see actually it is closing in, this fog. This is why sometimes having a place where you can just run to, which is really prominent, like the outpost. You start seeing this close in, you look up, find where the outpost is, or get your direction for it. Bye bye birds. And then make your best shot. There's only 5 minutes of that left. Coming up to nightfall, so basically I want to eat, I want to drink, I want to go to bed. That will help massively, so let's like carrying around about 2 to 3 litres of water on me as a kind of balance. I reckon 3 sticks.
Oh, I could eat anything right now.
Will be plenty. To make sure that that boils but doesn't boil off. Great, I think we call that a night. Just stick my head outside to enjoy the sunset. Yeah, I mean it's beautiful, right? But get yourself lost in a forest and you can't see the different landmarks that give you bearings, like exactly where all the different hills are and what the different things are, where the cutting is, etc. So I think over there is where our buildings that we came up from. Maybe over there's the cutting. You can just about make out that there's a clearing there, but as I say, it's been the times when I've died the worst and had the worst deaths, if you like, the ones which really stick with me, when it's not been running out of food or water or that kind of stuff, or even not having a shelter nearby. It's basically going out when it's like this and getting lost, wandering around until I perish. Right, let's have a nice little read, I think, in the dying sun. Wilderness kitchen's probably more useful than arrows for now, as I can't use arrows. Okay. So to get an hour's sleep at least anyway. Now it might be too dark after this. No, we might manage it. And there we go, look. So we got the water that I wanted, and it's boiled, and it wasn't there long enough to boil dry. So, books. Oh, there's my journal. Books. Use. Let's see if I can scrape an hour out. I might not be able to. It might get too dark. Right, that's good. Eat my 600 calorie pork and beans, already opened and cooked. Nice. That get us an 8-hour sleep. Could squeeze another hour out, I think. My condition's right back up. Good day spent resting up, eating up, getting ourselves into a good position. Let's see what the weather's like. It's very early, so it's going to be very cold. But in here, you know, it's reasonably well protected. Not as well protected as like a fully enclosed, proper building, if you like. Whoa. That is windy. See what this wind chill's like when I'm on the wrong side of this. A minus 30 air temperature, minus 15 wind chill. And it's snowing. It's fair to say we'll stay indoors for another hour or two. Okay, whenever you're staying indoors, you should always try and do something productive. You see my rifle cleaning skills going up as I clean this as well. So if you get a rifle which is in really bad condition, just like in real life, there's a better and better and better chance it's going to jam and not fire the round, and you're going to have to kind of rack that round out. And I don't know whether you lose it in this game. I think you do. It would make sense for you to. One more, that'll be an hour of cleaning then. Right, and I would consider that saved into another day. There's a lot of wind, but there's very clear visibility. I mean, you can totally see the difference, can't you? Like before, we were looking around and going, oh, you know, what's that there? What's that trees over there? What's that clearing? But I mean, here you can see exactly the layout of everything. You can see there's some kind of, is that buildings over there? You can see the train tracks, where that goes off to, right over to the edge of the map, basically. A little Canadian flag. Yeah, so here you can kind of see that we're pretty central in the map. There are these mountains on the outside, essentially.
Survived another night.
Rim the map. So I will leave this with some supplies on it, enough to at least get me back up from a desperate position to a position where I'm not so desperate. I'll leave the hunting knife here. Leave some of the medical kit stuff behind, just one of each, I think. Got some wood and stuff left behind. I think that's not a terrible position to be in. Right, let's use a quick save to sleep. That'll cause it to save the game. Okay, I will see you for Season 2, Day 3. I need to stop doing that. Oh, good. And this is exactly the weather that I was complaining about, and saying the fact that, you know, this is death weather. So, see what tomorrow brings. Hopefully not death. Alright, catch you around.